Hey there, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to the second episode of Jay's Beer Reviews regarding Oktoberfest beer. So, my previous episode, I went through a style rundown. I gave you kind of my opinion, and I told you guys about how the BJCP split their style guidelines somewhat. You know, don't kill me for saying that. But this episode, I'm gonna try this Ayinger Oktoberfest Marzen. So I'm really excited because last year I didn't actually get any, so I missed the boat on that one. So I'm really excited to try it this year. I have good memories of this beer, and it's only available once a year, anyways. Um, but you know, it's available 4 packs of 11.2 ounce bottles, or in the single half-liter bottle. And so I mean, really, you gotta drink German beer by the half-liter. You just have to. Of course, whenever I'm trying my beer, I like to put it into a glass that I think is appropriate. So today I have a pretty cool glass, one that I got from my wife actually. Um, it is a half-liter glass, ceramic mug, and while this is not an Ayinger glass, it's actually a Hecker Shore glass. At least it's German. All right, so stop complaining. And then one other thing. It's a very American thing to want a frosted mug for your beer. Um, Personally, like if I go to a bar and they give me like a glass that's pulled out of the freezer or something, I send it back because I don't like my beer super cold. You know, for a bar to do that, I suppose it's fine. That's not what I prefer to do. And then even some people will have like those big, really chunky glass mugs and throw them in the freezer so that they can get the mug nice and cold. That's cool. You can do that. I prefer not to do that for a very specific reason. While it gets your glass very, very cold, it also makes your glass smell like a freezer. So I've had beer from people's houses where they give me the frosted mug, and it's like, it's a good beer, but it smells freezer burnt because your glass is carrying that aroma. So my glass is straight from the cabinet. I actually took a whiff of it because I like to make sure. I can smell anything. I can't smell anything. So it's nice, clean glass. I'm going to go ahead and pop this bad boy. And the one thing that I really like about Ayinger is that while all of their bottles are pretty much the same, it's got the cool little, like, the bottle cap. Just like little German city, you know. Really cool, very, just scenic. As I'm pouring, my understanding is that the line that's on these German mugs and glasses is supposed to be the liquid level. So you see the line on my mug is right here. It's supposed to be the liquid level. So when you fill this mug up, that line should be, if you fill it with water, that should be 500 milliliters. Looks about right. But it's important to note sometimes when you go to bars and stuff, they might give you an American pint glass with like an inch of space at the top, the head at the top. And you think like, yeah, man, it's giving me that head, so it's nice and aromatic. But you actually end up losing out on like ounces of beer. So looks like most of my head's dissipated just in the time that I was making up that garbage. Just looking down at it, it looks very amberish. Dare I say brown, looking deeply into the glass. So let me give it a try here. Oh yeah, that's good. Even before I kind of got like a full taste of it, I got a kind of like herbal spicy character from I assume are the hops. Nice rich malt. Yeah, it's nice light in body. It's the body on it is really what you would get from really any German pilsner. So it's a nice light bodied beer, but the flavor on it is nice and rich. It's very bready. Yeah, just like nice like dark toast. The characteristic malts that they would use are like Munich or Vienna malt. And those just add just real bready, toasty. It's kind of like if you put your bread in the toaster on like on a medium setting. Because that's really what they do is they take their grain and they cook it a little longer, and that's what adds the color, and that's what adds the richness. This is quite good. This is actually it's got like a little sweetness up front, but it's still like a very dry finish. So, they say the Ayinger is the best example. I'm not sure that's true. Don't kill the messenger. But the style guideline also does list like Paulaner Oktoberfest, Hacker-Shore. So I've seen there's like Spaten Oktoberfest. There's the Erdinger Oktoberfest. Just poured out a sample so you can see the color. Actually, I remember the Paulaner I think is actually a bit darker than this, but nonetheless, excellent beer. Bit of a like kind of molasses character or flavor, I should say. Yeah, this one's really good. I like this one a lot. If you can find it, I'd recommend trying it. Otherwise, like I said, like a Paulaner or the Hacker-Shores was listed in the BJCP style guidelines. As well as try all the American ones that are out there. The American Oktoberfests are locally made for the most part, so there's no traveling. It's not gonna, put stress on the beer, basically. When you talk about beer styles, I'm certain if you go to Oktoberfest in Munich, that's the best way to drink that beer. And it's just unfortunate that I can't do that. And I think a lot of people can't do that, so what you do is you drink what's around you. I was really excited about this episode because I got the single bottle of Ayinger Oktoberfest Marzen, but then I also got a 6-pack of American-made Oktoberfests. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a blind tasting. I'm going to take all 6 of those beers, pour them out, and I'm going to tell you which one I think is best, and then someone will tell me which one that is. So tune in for that episode. I hope you enjoyed my current episode, the Ayinger Oktoberfest Marzen. If you did like the episode, please go ahead and hit a like. Please hit a share. Please, tell your friends about it. And then try and get your hands on some of this beer because it's really tasty. So I will see you guys next time for Jay's Beer Reviews. Thanks.